Hello everyone, welcome to Standard 10. Hope you all are doing good. Students, I have already told you to solve a quadratic equations we have mainly three methods. First is factorization method, second one completing square method, and the third one is formula method. As we have already finished factorization method in practice set 2.2, today we are going to learn completing square method from practice set 2.3. So let's start. What do you mean by completing square method? Basically means you have to complete the square. For this you should know two formulas. The well-known formulas: a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. And the second one, a minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. If you know these two formulas, then it is very simple to solve quadratic equations by completing square method. Let us now see practice set 2.3. The first sum given in your textbook is x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. To solve in completing square method, you should follow two steps. The two steps, the first thing is you have to see whether the given equation is in quadratic equation. Now what do you mean by quadratic equation? You know that the general form of a quadratic equation is ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. First you have to check the given equation is of that form or not. If it is not, then you have to convert that one into a general form of a quadratic equation. And the second step is the first term coefficient should be 1. That means the variable, the first term is here x square, its coefficient should be always 1. Suppose here if it is 5, then you should divide the whole term by that coefficient. Now in our first sum we doesn't have a coefficient, we have a coefficient 1. That is the reason for this step you have to check only whether it is a quadratic equation or a general form of the quadratic equation will satisfy this equation or not. Let's start the sum. Solution. Now the first thing is, what is the constant over this term? Okay, the constant in this term is 20. Okay, you should bring the constant into the right hand side. X square plus x is equal to 20. Easy, it is your first step. This is your first step. Now the next thing is, you should see whether the left hand side is a quadratic equation. Yes, it is a quadratic equation, but what is missing? The third term is missing over here. So we should find out the third term. Third term is equal to, we have a formula to find out third term. Third term is equal to half into coefficient of x whole square. Now what is the coefficient of x over here? Nothing is there, that is 1. So we will write half into 1 whole square. 1 into 1, 1, 2 whole square, which is nothing but 1 upon 4. You got the third term. Your next step will be, you should add this term in both sides of the equation. Adding third term both sides, we get, fine, x square plus x plus 1 upon 4 and 20 plus 1 upon 4. I have added 1 upon 4 both the sides. Now what is next? If you look at this thing, you can see it is a expansion of an a plus b whole square. You can see the sign over here. Okay, it is plus sign. If it is a minus, we will go for a minus b whole square formula. When if it is a plus, we will go for a plus b whole square formula. So in place of x square, here I will write x plus, here in 4. 4 is the square root of what? 2. So I will write 2 whole square. Once I will expand this, I should get this one. So like this way you have to convert. After that, here you can see, you should equalize the denominator. I will solve here. 4 20s are 80 plus 1, 4, you will get 81 upon 4. Directly I will write that one here, 81 upon 4. Now what is next? You should take a square root. Taking square root, once you take a square root, what is remaining? X plus half, square root you have taken, so square will go out. 81, it is a square root of 9, okay, then here 4, it will be a 2. Simple, but when you are taking a square root, you should mention this symbol over here, that is plus or minus. After that, what I have to write is, you know that any quadratic equation will get a 2 solution or 2 factors. So it will be x plus half is equal to plus 9 upon 2 or x plus half is equal to minus 9 upon 2. Fine. Now x is equal to 9 upon 2, this half I will bring this side, so it will become minus of. Otherwise x is equal to minus 9 upon 2, half will bring that side, it will become minus half. Now x is equal to, as the 2 is the common denominator, 2, 9 minus 1, it will be 8, or x is equal to, here minus 9 minus 1, it will be minus 10 divided by 2. So 8 divided by 2, which is nothing but 4, you know, 2 1s are 2 4s are. Here you will get x is equal to 2 1s are 2 5s are, so minus 5. We got our final solution of the equation 4 5. Therefore 4 and 5 are the solutions of the equation. Simple, very simple sum, okay. If you know these two formula and the 2 steps that you have to convert into a standard form, and next one, if there is a coefficient, you have to divide in a coefficient. If you want, you can take a snapshot, okay. One more sum from your textbook I have taken, which I felt it is a different one, that is m square minus 5m is equal to minus 3. Let's solve. Solution. Here, if you look at the sum, I have already told you, your first step is you have to convert into a general form. But here, no need of converting into a general form. The reason is because after converting the general form, we are bringing the constant term to the right hand side. So, which is already there. If you want, I will show, that is m square minus 5m minus 3. If I will bring this side, it will become plus 3 equal to 0. This is the general form. Again, our next step is 3, you have to bring this side. Again, it will of the same form. That is the reason this sum I am not converting. So, I will directly start from the third term. That is, third term is equal to half into coefficient. Now, what is the coefficient here? Coefficient of, here the coefficient is m. So, I cannot write coefficient of x. Whatever the coefficient has been given, or a coefficient of which one? M, because the variable is m over here, the coefficient of m whole square. Now half into coefficient of m is minus 5. So you should take the symbol minus square. It is equal to, now minus 5 upon 2 whole square, which is nothing but minus 5 square is, it is 25 by 2 square will be 4. We got our third term. Now our next step will be adding both sides. Okay, adding the third term in both sides. What is our equation? M square minus 5m plus 25 upon 4 and minus 3 plus 25 upon 4. Now simple, I have already told you, you should know two formulas. A plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. A minus b whole square is equal to a square minus 2ab plus b square. See the symbol, here it is minus. So definitely I will go for the second formula, that is a minus b whole square. So I will write this one as m minus 25, which is a square of 5, and 4, which is a square of 2, will be whole square, is equal to, if I will do this one cross multiplication, I will get here 4 3s are minus 12 plus 25 upon 4, which is nothing but 5 minus 2, 13 upon 4, positive sign, bigger number sign. So I will write here 13 upon 4. Now what is our next step? Our next step is taking square root. Taking square root. Here if I will take a square root, I will get m minus 5 upon 2, and here don't forget to put a symbol plus or minus. Now 13 cannot be a perfect square, so I will write that one square root of 13, and 4 is a square of 2. So if I will take out a square root of a 4, I will get 2. Simple. And our next step is m minus 5 upon 2 is equal to plus 13 by 2, or m minus 5 upon 2 is equal to minus root 13 divided by 2. Now we can solve. M is equal to root 13 by 2, minus 5 upon 2 I will bring this side, it will become plus 5 upon 2. Okay, here now common denominator is 2, so it will become root 13 plus 5. Simple. And the second one, m is equal to minus root 13 upon 2, minus 5 upon 2, once I will bring this side, it will become plus 5 upon 2. So it will be minus 13 plus 5 on 2. As it is in a root, I cannot add. This one can also be written as 5 minus root 13 divided by 2, because the minus symbol is in front of root 13. So you can write like this. Very simple. So we got the solution, root 13 plus 5 upon 2 and minus root 13 plus upon 2, or you can write this also, are the solutions of the equation. Simple. Okay. Hope, I think now these sums will be very clear to you, as we already solved 2 sums. The next sum which I am going to solve from your textbook is the fourth one. Okay, I felt this sum is little bit different. It is 9y square minus 12y plus 2 is equal to 0. Students, I already told you to solve in completing square method, you should follow 2 steps. The first one, you should convert into a general form, and the second step is you should see the coefficient of the first term should be 1. Here it is a general form, yes, but the coefficient of first term is 9. So our step will change little bit, that is, your first step will be, you should divide the whole equation by this coefficient. Divide equation by 9. So it will become y square minus 12 upon 9y plus 2 upon 9 is equal to 0. Simple. Now as these two will go in the same table, 3 4s are 3 3s are, it will become y square minus 4 upon 3y plus 2 upon 9 is equal to 0. After that, this everything will be simple, because we are already done in the 2 equations. After this, the next step will be very simple, because we are already done in the 2 equations. The first one, see, you have to bring the constant to the right hand side, that is y square minus 4 upon 3y. What is the constant over here? That is 2 upon 9. If you bring this one into the right hand side, it will become minus 2 upon 9. Now you know that this is a quadratic equation, but the third term is missing. So the formula for third term is equal to half into coefficient of y whole square. Now what is the coefficient of y over here? That is half into minus 4 upon 3 whole square. As these both will go in the same table, 2 1s are 2 2s are. This will become minus 2 upon 3 whole square, which is nothing but 4 upon 9. Now the next step is adding 4 upon 9 both sides. we will get y square minus 4 upon 3y plus 4 upon 9 is equal to minus 2 upon 9 plus 4 upon 9. I have added for this equation both the sides 4 upon 9. Now here the symbol is minus, that means you should go for this formula a minus b whole square. So the equation will become y minus 4 is a square root of 2 and 9 is 3 will be whole square. As the equation here the denominator is same, it will become 9. 4 minus 2 will be 2. The next step is taking square root. Taking square root. Taking square root, we will get y minus 2 upon 3 is equal to, here 2 is not a perfect square, so square root of 2 and 9 is a square of a 3. What I missed? I missed the sign, that is plus or minus. Now we can write y minus 2 upon 3 is equal to plus root 2 upon 3 or y minus 2 upon 3 is equal to minus root 2 upon 3. Y is equal to root 2 upon 3 minus 2 upon 3. If I bring this side, it will become plus. Same way, y is equal to minus root 2 upon 3, what I wrote here, this one, and minus 2 upon 3. If I bring right side, it will become 2 upon 3. Here you can see the common denominator is 3. So I will take only one time. It will become root 2 plus 2 or y is equal to minus root 2 plus 2 by 3. So this one it can also be written as 2 minus root 2 upon 3. We can write like that also, because see here minus is here, in front of minus I written minus symbol only, that is root 2. Therefore, the solution of the equations are root 2 plus 2 by 3 and minus root 2 plus 2 upon 3 are the solutions of the equation. Hope whatever I taught you are able to understand. The remaining sums you will take it as a homework. Thank you for watching.